My sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, Susan, she had the opportunity to go to a Meet the Beatles party in like 1965. I realize that's a long time ago and that we're closer to 2065 than we are to 1965, which is mind-blowing in and of itself for old guys like me. Anyway, it was some kind of fundraiser up in West LA and her parents bought her a ticket. She was 12 or 13 years old. And as part of the package, since the album Meet the Beatles had come out, everyone got to walk through a line and meet the Beatles and then have their picture taken with the Beatles. And so Susan has this incredible picture of her at the age of 12 or 13 shaking hands with each of the Beatles and turning and smiling real big at the photographer. For years, she wouldn't put the picture up because she would say, you know, I look so stupid in the picture. And I would always laugh to myself and I would feel like saying, Susan, nobody's looking at you in the picture. You don't look stupid, first of all. You look like a 12 or 13-year-old girl. You look cute, everything's fine, but everybody's looking at the Beatles. You're standing with the Beatles, all four of the Beatles. All of us would kill to have that picture. And I thought about how people begin to follow God and sometimes feel foolish. They feel foolish going to the streets in the middle of the night. They feel foolish waking up early to go to church and dressing up. They feel foolish worshiping God. They feel foolish sharing Jesus with their friends. They feel foolish just stopping to help a homeless guy in the corner. They feel foolish driving all the way to Mexico to do whatever they can for the orphans. They start feeling foolish when their friends are doing so many fun things. And people have told me this, they feel like their friends are looking at them, that their families are looking at them. They're questioning them. Why are they doing all this stuff? And I always feel like telling them, you know, they're not looking at you. They're looking at God. And if you're not at some point starting to be foolish for Christ and feeling foolish that you're doing things that the world would never accept or never begin to understand, well, maybe it's because you're busy worrying about the people looking at you and not looking at God. I've gotten over that kind of stuff a long time ago. What a glorious sunrise, huh? Wow. I was hoping to be able to catch some of it. I like wild, colorful shoes. I'm wearing I don't know if you can see those babies. I'm wearing my brand new shoes today. And I realize that when I run in these shoes, people may see the shoes for just a moment, but this is what ends up happening. They always just see the old guy. Just some old guy running, that's all. And that old guy keeps going and he's now in a new pair of bright orange shoes. Susan, no one was looking at you, everyone was looking at the Beatles. And when you begin to celebrate God with your whole heart, no one's going to be looking at you, they're going to be looking at God. And so it kind of depends on what you want in life. Do you want to be the one who sticks out and has everyone looking at you and you're getting all the attention? Or do you want to be the one who, because of what you're doing, everyone's seeing God in you and God through you? The Apostle Paul wrote about it this way. He talked about being fools for Christ. And I think for you and me, to be able to say, yeah, if I have to be a fool for Christ, it's okay. Whatever it needs to be. And when the things that we're doing start to look less than loving, they start to look less than kind, they start to look less than gentle, they start to look a bit overwhelming in the world and not embracing, we need to wonder if we're hoping that people would see us or if that they would see Christ. Today, starting a brand new series. This morning I'm talking about the kingdom of God. As I've studied for it, I've thought about what an audacious thing it is to do, to preach on the kingdom of God. It's God's kingdom, it's not mine. What do I know about it? But for each of us to be able to say, I long to understand more, I long to know more, and I long to be a citizen of the kingdom of God, because I don't feel like I belong in the kingdoms of this world. It's how we step away from mediocrity in life, because life can be so overwhelmingly mediocre. And when we step into the miraculous and say, you know, in my life, I want to be the miracle, people aren't looking at us any more than they were looking at my sister-in-law Susan. They're looking at God and His kingdom radiating out from us. Hey, let's go celebrate the kingdom within us today. Let's be the kingdom in all we say and do. It's everything that God cries out for in our lives is to share it one with Him. Be the miracle today. Come on out to Central Community. I'm going to have a blast. Or come to Jackets for Jesus tonight. It's going to be miraculous. And you're invited. Tonight we start our 32nd year. You can carry on for the next 32 years. God bless you. Have a great day. Be the miracle.